Good morning, everyone. Today is August 23rd, and I will be starting the Cabbage Soup Cleanse Detox, where basically you just eat this cabbage soup for 7 to 10 days. And I think you're allowed to have maybe like a piece of fruit or a banana. I think on day 4 or 5, you can start to eat a protein like chicken or beef. I've seen this soup be made with ground beef initially, or chicken or shrimp. I may add shrimp to mine. On day 4, just saute some shrimp and add it into my soup, but I'm just going to make the soup base right now with just the cabbage and these things here on the table. So I'm going to show you all the spices I'm going to use. I know that's a lot of spices, but in my house we use a lot of spices for everything. Also, we have the chicken broth. I have 3 heads of cabbage. I will be using spring water just as some I put on the table. Also, I have some red pepper, orange peppers, green peppers, celery, mushrooms, and some shredded carrots that I'm going to cut down even more. So this basically is everything that's going to go into my soup. I can't think of anything else if it is. Oh, and also an onion, which is not on the table. So I'm going to saute the peppers, the celery, the onions, carrots, and mushrooms first. Then I'm going to throw in the cabbage and the broth and let it simmer down. I'm hoping that I have enough. I know this is probably not going to be enough for 10 days, but I want to get a couple days out, so I didn't want to do 1 head of cabbage every day and make the soup every single day. I want to have enough for at least 2 to 3 days, and my husband, he'll probably eat some as well. And I have these Hunt's fire roasted diced garlic tomatoes. I thought I had another can of tomatoes, but I'm wondering if someone used it when they made chili. Not naming no names, hubby. So right now this is what I'm gonna make, so I probably will come back. Okay, I'm back, everyone. I have added in the can of diced tomatoes. They're underneath the cabbage, and this is about 2 heads of cabbage. I actually have more here in this pot, so this was 2 heads that I cut. I have 3 heads of cabbage, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to get them into this pot. It's not really a big pot. I also may add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, or I may squeeze some lemon juice into the pot just to kind of break up the acidity from the tomatoes, because sometimes tomatoes bother me. I do bone broth, and sometimes that's what they add to bone broth, just to break up the gaminess sometimes of the flavor. And I think it brightens up the flavor if you add lemon juice or apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to also, when this wilts down, I'm going to add 1 or 2 bay leaves to the pot, and I'm going to re-season even more. I'm not going to add any salt right now. I didn't add any salt with my seasonings. Only seasoning that I have that had salt in here was the bear can chicken seasoning. But I'm going to add the 2 cartons of low sodium chicken broth, so that already has salt in it. So I'm not going to add any regular salt or Himalayan salt to the pot. I'm going to wait to see how it tastes, and if it needs more flavor, then I'll add some salt. But right now I'm trying to keep it as low as sodium as possible. Alright, so I'll be back when this wilts down and show you what it looks like. Okay, here is the final stage of the cabbage soup. I've added in 3 bay leaves. I've added in 1.5 cartons of low sodium chicken broth. I added a little bit more seasoning. I did taste my broth, so I would suggest that you taste your broth to see if you want to add any spices or anything. You can always add some later. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm going to let it simmer for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to come in, I'm going to stir it, and then I'm going to see how long it takes for the cabbage to wilt down. I don't want the cabbage to be mushy, so I want to have a little bite to it. So I'm going to see how long it takes to cook, and I will come back when it is all done and finished and ready so I can eat it. Okay, everyone, this is the final video of this cabbage soup. It is absolutely delicious. I tasted it. I added a little bit more broth once the cabbage simmered down. Oh my goodness. And also over here I have some shrimp that I chopped up and I sauteed, and a couple of bay scallops. Just want to cover that. I want to leave that out. Back to the soup. I have 2 heads of cabbage in here. I have 6 stalks of celery, 1 can of diced tomatoes, a half a bag of shredded carrots that I actually chopped up even more. I have 2 onions. I have 4 scallions or green onions. I have 3 green peppers. I have some mini red and orange and yellow pepper as well in here. And I have a whole pint of mushrooms that I chopped up. And I have 2 cartons of low sodium chicken broth. And the seasonings that I added were beer can chicken, onion powder, garlic powder. I also have minced garlic in here. I have Italian seasoning, a little pepper. I have curry powder I actually added in. I love the curry taste. I have turmeric that I added in. And I probably have some other spices too, but those were the main spices. And I also added some coconut aminos, which is, I guess, the alternative to soy sauce, just for the salt taste. And I didn't add any regular salt, but just the coconut aminos. And my goodness, it tastes delicious. So I'm about to get me a bowl, and I'm going to ladle the rest into a container. Also, my kids want some now, which I'm surprised because I told them that it was a detox soup, and they don't even like vegetables, but they smelled it and they want to taste it. So they'll get some. My husband probably will eat some. So I definitely am going to have to make more because this is not going to last me probably any more than 2 days or 3 days at the most, with them eating some as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to add some more about my weight loss starting and how much weight that I've lost from eating this soup. I believe it's 7 days or 10 days. I can't really remember, but I don't care. This is good. I will eat this any day, every day. This is a really good soup. So give it a try. Once again, cabbage soup, you guys. Please like my video, comment, subscribe to my channel. I thank you so much. Bye-bye.